Hello, my people. Good day to you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time zone you're listening to this, thank you for tuning in every single day to listen to me on Daily Mind Shift. My name is Michael Ojola from Mindset Transformation Africa. And on today's episode, I want us to talk about something that is a little bit paradoxical, but it has profound truths in it. All right. Let me anchor today's episode on this statement. Hate yourself enough to want to improve, and love yourself enough to make sure that you do. Hate yourself enough to want to improve, and love yourself enough to make sure that you do. That is what I want us to talk about today. That is what I want us to think about today. And as customary to me, I always advise you, when you hear me say anything, when you hear me anchor any of my podcasts on a statement, first think about the statement yourself. Make some mental notes or write what you think about that statement somewhere. Explain it to yourself as if you are the one recording this podcast before you listen to me. And if you disagree with any point I make, it's okay. That's the beautiful thing about freedom of speech and freedom of thought. Just make sure that whatever you do, make sure it adds value to your own life, all right? All right, so today we talk about the concept of hating yourself, loving yourself, improving your life, generally, all right, generally. So the first thing I will tell you to do is embrace that paradox. The paradox of hating yourself and loving yourself all at the same time, but in a very good way, all right, in a very good way. So the first thing I will talk about is the paradox of self-hate and self-improvement. At first glance, the concept of hating yourself to drive improvement may seem counterintuitive. After all, isn't self-love supposed to be the cornerstone of personal growth or personal fulfillment? I get it. It's important, though, that when we delve a little bit deeper, we uncover the truth that self-hate can serve as a catalyst for change, can serve as an acknowledgement of our dissatisfaction with certain aspects of ourselves and a desire to evolve beyond them, So reflect on moments in your life when self-criticism and dissatisfaction spurred you into action. When self-criticism and dissatisfaction drives action into you. How did these feelings of discontent motivate you to strive for improvement? So the advice I will give today is you embrace the paradox of self-hate and self-improvement, because I believe it is through acknowledging our flaws, acknowledging our limitations, that we are able to open door to growth and open the door to transformation. Also, you need to also learn how to harness the power of discontent. Discontent can be a powerful force for change if we allow it. Discontent is the recognition that we are capable of more than our current circumstances or our behaviors reflect. See, when we harness the energy of discontent, we are able to tap into our inner drive, our innate drive for progress, our innate drive for evolution, and that propels us forward on the journey of self-improvement. Right now, think about areas of your life where you feel dissatisfied, where you feel unfulfilled, and ask yourself, how can I channel this discontent into positive action? How can I use this discontent that I feel right now? How can I channel them into positive action? What I will advise you to do is embrace discomfort. Embrace the discomfort of dissatisfaction and let that guide you on your path to self-discovery, to fulfillment, and to growth. See, I know the role of self-love in transformation. And that is why we started with self-hate. See, while self-hate may ignite the spark of improvement, it is self-love that fuels the journey of transformation. Love is the gentle embrace that nurtures your growth, that nurtures your improvement, the unwavering support that carries you through challenges, and the foundation upon which you can build your fulfillment. So, reflect on moments in your life when self-love has guided you through difficult moments, through difficult times. How did it feel to offer yourself kindness? How did it feel to offer yourself compassion? How did it feel to offer yourself understanding? even in the face of adversity. I want you to embrace the power of self-love as a catalyst for transformation, because I believe it is through loving yourself unconditionally that you are able to unlock your full potential. You need to also now balance acceptance with ambition. I believe the key to navigating the paradox of self-hate and self-love lies in finding the balance, the delicate balance between acceptance and ambition. Acceptance, I believe, is the recognition that we are worthy, that we are deserving of love, that we are deserving of respect exactly as we are, flaws and all. Ambition, at the other side, is the drive to continuously strive for growth, for evolution, and for self-improvement, even after you've accepted yourself. So, reflect on your own journey of self-acceptance or self-improvement. Ask yourself, how can you balance your desire for growth with a deep sense of self-compassion and acceptance? How can you balance both? I want you to embrace the paradox of ambition and acceptance, because I believe it is through finding this balance that we unlock the full spectrum of human potential. There is also what I believe is self-compassion. You need to cultivate it. You need to cultivate self-compassion. Self-compassion is the bridge that connects self-hate with self-love. It is the practice of treating ourselves with kindness. It is the practice of treating ourselves with understanding and forgiveness, even when we fall short, especially when we fall short of our own expectations. When we cultivate self-compassion, we are able to create space for growth. We are able to create space for transformation without succumbing to the pitfalls of self-criticism, to the pitfalls of judgment. Think about moments in your life when you've struggled with insecurities, when you've struggled with self-doubt. How can you offer yourself the same compassion and support that you offer people, especially dear friends, whenever they are in need? How can you offer yourself that type of compassion? How can you support yourself like that? See, you need to practice self-compassion as a guiding principle on your journey towards personal growth. You need to have compassion towards yourself. Today, let me wrap this episode up by saying this. You need to embrace this paradox that I've been talking about for the past 7 minutes. The complexities of self-hate and self-love, as we navigate through both, we need to remember that the wisdom that I just shared in the anchor statement, hate yourself enough to want to improve, and love yourself enough to make sure that you do. Hate yourself enough to want to improve, and love yourself enough to make sure that you do. See, embrace the paradoxical truth within this statement, because I believe that within the depths of self-hate lies the seed of self-improvement, and within the embrace of self-love blossoms the flower of transformation. When you despise the circumstances that are in your life enough, that should spur you to change. So I want you to think about these quotes. How did this particular quote, how did it resonate with you? With your own journey, with your personal life, how does it resonate with you? How can you harness the power of self-hate? How can you harness the power of self-love to propel yourself forward on your path to growth, on your path to fulfillment? How can you do that? Embrace this paradox, because I believe it is through embracing the fullness of our humanity that we truly come alive. In conclusion, I invite you to embrace the dichotomy of self-hate and self-love in your own life. Embrace the dissatisfaction that drives you to improve, but also never forget to love yourself along the way, because I believe it is through this delicate balance of accepting yourself and having ambition that we are able to unlock the limitless potential that is within us. What have we been talking about today? Remember the anchor statement. Hate yourself enough to want to improve, and love yourself enough to make sure that you do. So as you go about your daily activity today, do not forget that statement. Hating yourself is not always bad, and loving yourself is not always good. Think about it.